Wuthering Waves is less than a month away from release, leaving many players anxious to start. The question for many, however, is what should you do when starting? From what characters to pick to what your first action should be, I'll be providing an overview on what I personally recommend to do on your first day. While many people will recommend how you should focus on the characters or what 5-star you need to do your best to get or to reroll for, I will be focusing on other aspects of what to do. Before we fully jump in, I should introduce myself. Hi, my name is Ryax, and I will be your guide on all things about Wuthering Waves. As someone with a ridiculous amount of time playing gacha games, and with all the information provided to us so far by the developers, I have the experience necessary to have a good game plan, and I'm here to share that all with you. Finally, remember to subscribe to my channel before we begin. Believe it or not, 100% of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. This is not even photoshopped either. Being a small channel, liking the video and subscribing truly goes a long way to supporting me and the content I make. With that being said, let's get on with the video. The first thing I always recommend to start off with is questing. Gacha games always like to hide stuff behind story quests, so you want to make sure to be clearing them whenever possible. As soon as you begin, it is important to understand which quests are your story ones so you can focus on them. Doing this early will give you a head start in acquiring materials and currency, which will be important as you progress. Now, as you start the game and progress through the initial tutorial, you will obtain 3 characters to start your journey with, similar to how other gacha games fill out your roster. Yang Yang, Chisha, and Baiji will be your lovely team as you begin your adventures. Even if you can only have 3 people on a team, these characters work great as a starting point. I personally feel these characters can actually act as your main focus with team building for now. With your team in hand, simply continue moving throughout the story until you gain the ability to acquire echoes from the souls of slain enemies. Once you do that, we reach the second thing I'm going to focus on. Simply put, if you see it, kill it and see if you can take its soul away. That's right, with how this game works and the fact that anything can drop echoes, you might as well kill everything you come across. However, don't let that distract you from focusing on your main objective, which is still going to be questing. Just like we discussed earlier with many other gacha games, you must not stray away from the main focus, which is leveling. Getting a higher level, or in this game's case, Union level, will reward you with the ability to fight stronger enemies like the world bosses for more loot, as well as increasing your overall world level. This is very important, as while you are farming for echoes, your world level matters. The higher the world level is, the better the quality of those echoes you are going to find. And the more varieties of echoes you locate will further improve your build. As you progress through the story while leveling, you'll be able to equip higher cost value echoes, as well as just better echoes overall. Because of this, it's important to focus on doing quests, including the main story, before pushing other content. My final piece of advice for day 1 is simple. Of course, while questing and hunting for echoes, you are obviously going to be wandering around the map. And while there could be a ton of puzzles and various things to do on the map, here is my advice personally regarding these things. Complete them as you find them. Now you might be thinking, but won't this distract me from completing the quest as you've said? Yes it will. But at the end of the day, these puzzles can reward you with items that will allow you to explore parts of the map you couldn't before. If the main goal in day 1 is to follow story quests, these puzzles can help you with said quests, making it easier to explore and gain more currency and materials. I also feel that breaking up the constant questing with something fun to do is super important when playing these games, and the rewards from it are another plus, so it doesn't hurt anything to scratch that adventurous itch here and there. On day 1 of gameplay, it's always important to set yourself up well, and to remember to just take it easy and to enjoy yourself. These tips will help set up the framework for a great build and overall experience. I myself am going to be streaming this game for hours once it releases, so feel free to stop by at twitch.tv/LenRyax. I'll be continuing to post content about this game as time goes on, so feel free to stick around. I'll see you guys soon, and good luck in your own playthroughs.